Well, now we've seen some reason for that people would give to defend, or an argument they give to defend skepticism about the future. Now let's turn to skepticism about the past. And let's consider what I call the earth was created 5 minutes ago argument. And we talked about an hypothesis that was put forward by Bertrand Russell about the earth's being created 5 minutes ago. The way we got into that, and the way we tried to explain that, was that, and I tried to get you to understand what was going on there, was we considered the view of that some religious people who are fundamentalists, fundamentalist Christians, some fundamentalist Jews as well, take the Bible quite literally. And what they claim is that, when you add up the days in the Bible, you discover that the earth was actually created something where between 5 and 6,000 years ago. And we mentioned in the process of discussing this that there's scientific evidence, carbon dating, a scientific process that shows that is evidence that the earth has existed for maybe tens of millions, maybe hundreds of millions of years. It looks like science and the biblical account, taken quite literally, are in conflict. And I asked you, well, how can the religious person possibly explain his claim or justify his claim that the world is only somewhere between 5 and 6,000, or something just under 6,000 years old, when there's all of this scientific evidence? And the answer was, someone need not be completely irrational and just say the scientific evidence is wrong, but rather they would say that when God created the earth 6,000 or less than 6,000 years ago, he created it with all of the evidence that's there, the things that are carbon dated, with the dinosaur fossils, the remains of dinosaurs that the scientists have interpreted as being millions of years old. With regard to geological formations, that God created the earth with these geological formations, which is where Russell, with regard to his hypothesis, he wasn't putting it forth as an actual hypothesis. He was saying, gee, if we can't exclude that, well, we can't exclude it's being true that the earth was created 5 minutes ago for the same reason. And armed with this notion, we get the following argument. That is, I can't prove that Russell's hypothesis is false, right? In the same way that I couldn't prove that the religious fundamentalists' view hypothesis was false. Well, the second premise is, if I can't prove that Russell's hypothesis was false, in other words, if I don't have really good reason for believing that the earth wasn't created 5 minutes ago, then I don't know that I existed yesterday. But my knowing that I existed yesterday is really just representative of any contingent proposition in the past. So what's true is, if I don't know that I existed yesterday, then I don't know any contingent proposition of past. Conclusion, a very skeptical conclusion about the past, is I don't know any contingent propositions about the past. So now we've seen some reason for thinking that skepticism about the future is correct. Now we've seen skepticism about the past is correct. Maybe we still are, our salvation is that we just have to live in the present, but don't get your hopes up too high that there's not going to be another argument.